Nehemiah, the author of the book bearing his name, is a powerful figure in both biblical history and the masculine ideal of leadership, determination, and faith. Known for rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, his story is much more than just a tale of construction. It is a masterclass in leadership, perseverance, vision, and the pursuit of purpose. For your masculine motivation channel, his life and leadership are packed with lessons that will resonate deeply with anyone looking to live a life of strength, wisdom, and purpose. Nehemiah's journey is not only about physical restoration but spiritual and emotional renewal, qualities that define true masculine leadership. The calling of Nehemiah, recognizing the burden. The story of Nehemiah begins not with a triumphant leader, but with a humble servant in the Persian court. Nehemiah was the cupbearer to King Artaxerxes, a position of high trust, but not of high prestige. When Nehemiah learned that the walls of Jerusalem, the city of his ancestors, were in ruins, it grieved him deeply. His heart broke for his people and his homeland, and this emotional burden became his calling. The first lesson for masculine motivation is recognizing the burden that is often placed on our hearts. Nehemiah didn't ignore the problem. He allowed it to move him to action. True masculine leadership often begins with a sense of responsibility for something greater than oneself. It's about seeing a need and responding to it with purpose. Nehemiah's burden was not something he ignored, but rather the very fuel that ignited his mission. Praying with purpose. The power of spiritual preparation. Before Nehemiah acted, he prayed. In fact, the book of Nehemiah begins with a powerful prayer, where Nehemiah confesses the sins of his people, asks for forgiveness, and pleads for God's guidance. His prayer was not a casual request, but a deeply emotional plea, born out of his concern for his nation. This teaches an essential principle for masculine leadership. Before you take any action, seek divine guidance. Nehemiah's prayer wasn't just a religious formality. It was his way of aligning his will with God's plan. For anyone seeking to lead with masculine strength, spiritual preparation is crucial. It's about grounding your purpose in a higher calling and knowing that, as strong as you may be, true success requires divine intervention. Taking initiative. Boldness to ask. When Nehemiah approached King Artaxerxes to ask for permission to rebuild Jerusalem, he took a huge risk. To show sorrow in the presence of the king could result in punishment or even death. However, Nehemiah knew his mission was greater than his fear. He boldly asked the king for not only permission but also resources to accomplish the task. Boldness and initiative are essential traits of masculine leadership. Nehemiah didn't sit back and wait for circumstances to change. He took action despite the risks. This teaches that strong men aren't passive. They are proactive, taking steps toward their goals even when the odds seem stacked against them. Nehemiah wasn't afraid to ask for what was necessary, demonstrating the importance of taking initiative to fulfill one's mission. Leadership by example, getting hands dirty. Once Nehemiah arrived in Jerusalem, he did not merely delegate the work and sit in comfort. Instead, he inspected the walls himself, gathered the people, and inspired them to work. Nehemiah became a servant leader, a leader who was willing to get his hands dirty and led by example. He organized the people, assigned specific tasks, and worked alongside them in rebuilding the walls. The masculine ideal here is clear. Leadership is not about authority alone, but about serving and working alongside others. Nehemiah didn't view leadership as a title or a privilege, but as a responsibility. True masculine motivation involves setting the pace, demonstrating work ethic, and showing others that you are not above the work that needs to be done. Facing opposition, handling resistance with strength. Nehemiah's leadership was not without challenges. His enemies, Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, mocked, ridiculed, and plotted to stop the work. They spread rumors, tried to instill fear, and even plotted violence against Nehemiah and the workers. However, Nehemiah did not waver. He prayed to God for strength and encouraged the people to keep working, even posting guards to protect them while they built. This is a powerful lesson for masculine motivation. Resistance is inevitable when pursuing a righteous goal. Nehemiah didn't retreat in the face of opposition. He confronted it head-on. He knew that great work would always attract critics, but he also knew that his mission was worth the fight. Masculine leadership means having the resolve to stand firm, even when enemies threaten your progress. Staying focused, the art of ignoring distractions. Throughout the rebuilding process, Nehemiah's enemies repeatedly tried to lure him away from the work. They sent messages asking for meetings, hoping to distract him or lure him into a trap. Nehemiah's response was simple: "I am doing a great work, and I cannot come down." He refused to be distracted by the schemes of his enemies. For men looking to stay motivated, this lesson is critical. Distractions will come, whether in the form of people, opportunities, or internal doubts. However, like Nehemiah, masculine leadership requires the discipline to stay focused on the goal. When you are doing meaningful work, staying the course is often the hardest yet most rewarding choice. Resilience and perseverance. Finishing the job. Despite all the challenges, Nehemiah and the people of Jerusalem rebuilt the walls in just 52 days, a remarkable achievement considering the scope of the project and the opposition they faced. This speaks to Nehemiah's resilience and perseverance. He didn't let setbacks or opposition stop him from completing the work. Resilience is a key component of masculine motivation. There will always be reasons to quit, but the ability to push through hardship and finish what you start is what separates ordinary men from great leaders. Nehemiah exemplifies this trait through his unwavering commitment to completing the task, no matter the cost. Dealing with internal conflict. Addressing injustice. Nehemiah's leadership was not only tested by external enemies, but also by internal conflict. Some of the wealthier Jews were exploiting the poorer citizens, charging them high interest and taking their land. Nehemiah confronted this injustice directly, calling a meeting and challenging the wealthy to stop their unfair practices. He led by example, personally lending money without charging interest, and encouraged others to do the same. True masculine leadership involves not only external victories, but also the courage to confront issues within your own camp. Nehemiah didn't shy away from hard conversations or correcting those under his leadership. This teaches that masculine leadership is about integrity, fairness, and the willingness to stand up for what is right, even when it's difficult. Humility in success. A leader who gives credit to God. After the walls were rebuilt, Nehemiah didn't take credit for the accomplishment. Instead, he gave glory to God. He knew that without divine favor, none of the success would have been possible. Nehemiah's humility is a vital lesson in masculine motivation. True leaders know that their success is not just a product of their own strength, but also the result of higher forces at work. Humility is one of the greatest strengths a man can possess. Nehemiah shows us that being a strong leader doesn't mean taking all the credit. It means recognizing that leadership is a partnership with God. A legacy of rebuilding. Nehemiah's influence on future generations. Nehemiah's work didn't just rebuild physical walls. It restored the spiritual and emotional strength of Jerusalem. The walls symbolize security, identity, and faith for the people of Israel. Nehemiah's leadership left a lasting legacy that influenced future generations. His story continues to inspire men to this day, showing that true leadership is about building something that lasts beyond your lifetime. For your masculine motivation channel, Nehemiah's story is a powerful reminder that real leadership is about more than just achieving personal success. It's about building a legacy, lifting others, and staying committed to a purpose greater than yourself. His journey reflects the masculine ideal: strong, focused, resilient, and grounded in faith. Thanks for watching. If you found inspiration in Nehemiah's journey of leadership, perseverance, and faith, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more future videos. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Let me know in the comments which leader's story you want to hear next. And remember, True strength comes from staying focused on your mission and leading with purpose. See you in the next video.